morning, friends and family. Thanks for joining me this morning. Welcome to my little channel called The Sword Rules, where I record things that I'm passionate for. I don't know if I'd go so far as recording all the stuff that I'm passionate about, or everything that I record I'm passionate about, but stuff that I like. How's that? That's better. So here we are, we're working on Project Redford again this morning. As I noted in that short video that I put out the other day, we're going to be doing some lighting today. I've got these Deviate light brackets go on like that. You can put one facing forward, both of them facing forward if you want, or have one as a ditch light. There's even an option to mount a third light on there using one of these little brackets right here. So we're gonna do a little experimenting with that, and I've searched YouTube a couple times. I didn't come up with any really, I don't want to say detailed, but any close-up videos installing using the Ford accessory ready panels here. I did push that back a little bit right there because I'm trying to understand how the cords go through here, and one of the videos I watched said there's an open area behind this, but without a slot right here. I don't know. So we're going to check that, maybe notch that out a little bit. I'd hate to notch it out and then want to change it back to stock or something, right? So we'll check that out. I don't believe this has to be waterproof underneath here. This isn't like a rubber seal, it's just plastic here. So we'll see when we get that off. Sorry about the Bronco being kind of dirty, full of bugs. Holy cow, it's high summer here in Wisconsin, and it's been a very, very wet spring, and man, there are bugs. Like, you can't drive anywhere and not get them smashed all over your car. So it's a losing battle trying to keep it clean right now, and you know, that's just the way it is. One other thing I wanted to touch on is, in a prior video I said, hey, we're coming up on 500 subscribers. Whoa, like after 10 years, right? And it may take, at the rate that I gain subscribers, another year or two before I get to 500. I think I'm at like 476 or something like that right now. And I said, hey, to the 500 subscriber, I will give them a free t-shirt. I have some Sword Rules t-shirts, not like this one, but and that didn't, it clicked with me while I was editing the video. I'm like, well, I gain so slow. Whoever subscribes, if they see that I'm at $4.99, well, you know, it's not like it's any big rush to sign up, right? So what I decided to do was give a t-shirt to the 500th subscriber, and I'm going to give one to a random subscriber. Okay, so there's something about that though. My list available to me in YouTube of my subscribers, even though I've got almost 500, I can only see about 150 subscribers, and that's because the rest of those folks have their privacy settings set so that I can't see who they are, which is fine. I get it. Privacy things on the internet are very important to me also. So just so everyone understands, if you are a subscriber, the only way you're going to get entered into the random drawing, though, is if I can actually see your YouTube channel name so that I can draw it. Otherwise, you're going to remain anonymous, and you're probably okay with that. But I had to put that out there. So, random drawing, and the 500 subscriber is going to get a t-shirt. And I will reach out to those folks and get their size and their color choice or whatever, have them made up, and I'll have them out to them in like 10 days, something like that. One thing I forgot to mention, sometimes I ask myself, why do I do these filming sessions, YouTube videos, if I have no desire to monetize my channel, or I don't really care how many subscribers I get, because I'm not going to monetize it, because I'm a retired guy. Well, I work part-time for a car dealership here in town, but very, very part-time. Why do I do them? So I guess just because sometimes I like to share what I'm doing, mostly with friends and family, and that's really how and why I started putting videos on YouTube in the first place, because I would go and do a track day somewhere or some kind of sporting event, or I'd be out in the wilderness or at a campground or something shooting my guns, and I wanted to share whatever I was doing with family and friends without having to send a video to, 20 different people and taking up all that time and bandwidth, and not forming a group. I didn't really want to form a group of people that wanted to stay private. They don't want everybody having their email address, that kind of thing. So one day I thought, well, let's check out YouTube. Maybe I can upload my video there and then send one link, and that works so good. So I started throwing my track days and that kind of stuff up on YouTube, and then YouTube kind of took off, and oh hey, you can reach a wider audience. It's kind of fun hearing the remarks from people about what you're doing, or their suggestions on what I was doing. So that's how that all got started, and that's why I continue to film YouTube stuff. And I hope that you enjoy it, because it sucks up a lot of time, if I'm being honest. This particular Bronco did not come with the auxiliary switches, and I'm okay with that, because I think that the latest and greatest electronic controls are the way to go. And I like having my sunglasses holder up there in place of the auxiliary switches. Otherwise, where do I go with the sunglasses, right? So I'm going to be installing this aux beam electronic controller for whatever lights I decide to put in here, and I'm going to be mounting that aux beam controller onto my Picatinny rail right there. The wire is going to come back towards the windshield and run underneath this piece of trim down underneath here, just like my radar detector cord runs. I think it'll be a nice, neat little install. So first thing I'm going to do is take this bolt out, see about popping this cover off. I don't really know anything about how these come off, except that they are just held in with clips. I don't want to pop it up so far that I have to start taking windshield wipers and stuff off. I don't think I have to. I'm also going to pull this bolt off and see what's underneath there, because I'm interested in seeing what's underneath there. So, all right, I'll remount the camera and let's get at it. So I'm going to take this bolt out first, and this one. This is a T30 and that is a T25, just so you know. Make sure I got this going the right way. A message for my wife: have I told you lately how much I love my Milwaukee tools? Inside joke. She'll get it. I don't know if we have to get underneath there with a trim tool. I imagine I've got trim tools right here. So I'm going to just, oh yeah, that pops right up pretty easily there. I'm going to leave that one in there. Get this one. Oh, yeah, that popped up real easy. Okay. I don't know how much farther I can go here. All right, that came up pretty good. I don't know if you need to get it off or not, but let's see. Yep, just held in there with clips. just like the other stuff. Yeah, that comes off pretty easy. Alright, I'm getting the camera right in here for you guys. So there's a slot cut out of the plastic shroud, or windshield wiper shroud thing, whatever you want to call it. So that evidently is where the wires are supposed to slide through. Oh, I want to show you this from the other side here too. Get this back out of the way. I can lift it up far enough. So there's the slot looking at it this way, and there's that big hollowed out area down in there, which leads directly into under hood. So let's see how this works. I'm going to set these up here and then lift this up far enough to get the cord through there and down into that hollow area. And by the looks of it, there's going to be enough room there to get the cord kind of through in between the two, but I don't have this plastic piece on, and I should do that before. There might be enough room to kind of push that wire down in the channel then between those two. So there's one of them in, and then let me grab one of my these are the Baja Design Squadron Sports that I had left over from my, you can see they're pretty used. They could use a little cleanup from another Jeep. I should say a Jeep project that I had previously. I believe I had these on an XJ, or maybe, no, I think I had them on a TJ, and then I took them back off when I sold it. So let's shove that one down in there also. I hope you guys can see that okay. So that's down, those are down in there. I'm sure far enough that I can reach them from inside. Let's see how this fits in here. Trying to kind of align the cables this way so that this plastic piece goes down in. Oh, look at that. That actually does fit in there without going underneath this plastic trim. I'm going to pick up the tripod here and show you what it looks like from on top. They go down in quite nicely. Let's bolt that on. Bolt, I mean, how that bolt fits in. Yeah, that's going to hold it good and tight. I'll give it another little twist here. Ah, it's not going anywhere. I don't even know if that's lined up right yet. It looks pretty close, but I'm going to put those side bolts back in here. That looks pretty good. This cable we can pull down from the inside, take that slack out of there, and now we can move on to this one. Take these side bolts out of here. I really like, I have had good results with the Baja Designs, like I say, on my other off-road projects. I like them a lot. They're pretty pricey. Trying to do some budget stuff on Project Redford, so that's why I went with aux beam. Not really super budget, but they're quite a bit cheaper, quite a bit less expensive, I should say, and they look very similar in design, so I'm hoping that they will, operate as well also. I believe these also have the Cree bulbs in them. I'd have to look at the box to know for sure, but So I cut that part out. It was taking entirely too long. I mean, I'm retired. I got all the time in the world, right? But you guys, it's like watching grass grow. So I got this tightened up, and these seem to be setting where I want them. I'll aim them when it gets dark. The last thing I'm going to do is get you underneath the hood, show you where those plugs come through. I'm going to pull this cable down farther, so take the slack out of it. And there is where those wires come through. I can barely see that one. I'm going to have to see if I can push it down a little bit from the top, or maybe grab it with a needle nose and pull it through. Yeah, that's where those come through, and then you're included wiring cables with you get with the lights clip onto that. I'm moving this one right here. That's the one that I want to pull down. Take the slack out of that one. Here it comes. There. Oop. Sorry if I blocked your view there for a second with my hat lid. I think maybe a little bit more. I think that's pretty good right about there. And that's plenty of space to get my... Anyway, that's about all that I'm going to do for today. Let me do the other side. I'm not going to film that, of course. That'd be also like watching grass grow. And then on another day soon, either tomorrow or the next day, I'll start wiring in that box. Like I said earlier, it is high summer here in Wisconsin, and we're experiencing our usual heat wave of 90 degrees and 73% humidity, and I can only really film in the mornings. It just gets way too hot in the garage. So we'll catch you tomorrow. I'll get you up to date what I did yesterday. You didn't want to really watch me put this other set on here, so I did that. And next thing up is to test them. I want to make sure that they actually light up, you know, before going any further. So I've got some leads set up here. I'm just going to connect them to the battery, and then try and get you guys a view of what they look like when they're both on. Okay, we should be getting a good view of this anyway. I've got a couple of leads in here. I'm going to clip together the two hot wires and the two ground wires and see if we can make them turn on. Then I'll carefully try and put the hood down partway so you can see them running also. All right, let's hook up the hot and see what happens. Ooh, I see light. Ooh, they're bright too. Okay, let's see if I can put this down partway. Oh yeah. All four of them are working. That'll be really nice if I'm out on the trail. There are some pretty good trails here in Wisconsin that I intend to go on and mount my camera up on the dash there and see if I can get some running footage. Also, looking forward to taking this camping. I may have mentioned this already. I like to go camping with my dog this fall while my wife is traveling for work. The important part, I guess, was what I showed yesterday already, where those channels behind that windshield cover up here. Nobody really showed exactly where those channels are, where the openings are, where you can get the wires to feed through. So I'm hoping that I showed that good yesterday. Okay, that's enough blinding me out of the corner of my eye. I'm going to take that off. And yeah, I'll bring it back when there's some new stuff to look at. So I've got a little change in plans here. As you can see, the garage is kind of back to normal here. We've got some possible bad storms coming in here in a little while. So I decided to pack it in for the day, and I also decided I'm going to make this into a two-part video because this is getting kind of long. And what I really wanted to show was the installation of the lights, you know, like for sure in this video, and then installing the controller, the wiring, the touchpad, all that kind of stuff secondary. But that's turning into too long of a video, I think. So we're gonna cut it short. I'm gonna have to do some splicing and some soldering and shortening that stuff up to the right length, and that's really not very good content. So I'll just do that, and then we'll come back to it here in a few days and get started on part 2. So thanks for watching. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, give me a thumbs up, and that'll tell me that I should, you know, keep putting this stuff out. Subscribe if you want. I don't really care. So other than that, have a great day.